What's up, everybody? This is Robert, and you are listening to Dads in Real Life podcast. We are two dads, 10 years apart, talking all things fatherhood, from diapers to dream projects and everything in between.
On today's episode, Travis's car mechanic calls with some expensive news. This leads us to talk about the mental load of fatherhood and the hidden costs of making decisions as dads.
It brings it to 1825.11.
This podcast is provided ad-free thanks to listener support. Go to patreon.com/dads in real life to help keep it independent and to get exclusive access to live streams, behind the scenes, and more content every month.
Oh,
Booyaka Shah.
of course,
There's
the
the red.
second you pressed it, I hear little feet walking down the
But that's real.
hallway.
Hey, do you know? So here's the question: do you take the peek or do you not take the peek? Do you make eye contact? Like, oh no, they saw me.
She's right here. Come here. Why are we out of our room? I know it hurts still. Oh,
Hello.
look, it's Uncle Rob.
I see a microphone with hair. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Can you say hi?
Hello. Hi.
We have a boo-boo that
boo-boo?
is microscopic.
Hey, but it's still a boo-boo.
Yep.
Still a boo-boo.
Girl, you can grab an ice pack from the freezer if you want, but then you guys stay in your room, okay? No more coming out, okay? Deal?
Speaking of boo-boo, so number 3 got home from school. What was it, yesterday? It might have been yesterday or Friday, right? Got a Band-Aid on her knee. I'm like, okay, playground, went hard in the
Yeah.
paint, right? She gets home and this is like peripheral vision. Band-Aid comes off and it's like red. Like almost like, remember the skateboard videos growing up and the guy's like skinning half their torso? It was like that kind of red. So I'm like, oh my goodness, Mo, we got to talk. Is she okay? Maybe put some. So we're getting closer and closer. And she's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. Like, oh, it must really hurt. She just colored her shin and then put a Band-Aid on it.
Winning.
So tell me you were bored at the end of class without telling me you were bored. She's like, no, it's an ouchie. I was like, that looks really vibrant, like really, really red. Well, it's because I used this color. I was like, she's like, yeah, just colored in, did a little circle. I'm like, gotcha. And then who gave you the Band-Aid? Like, how did I know you get the Band-Aid?
Like, that's the weirdest looking blood. Man, that's
the funny thing is, like, she said she went to the teacher and the teacher's like putting out dumpster fires. So it's like, oh, you want a Band-Aid here? Oh, I see it's red. Yeah. Not even noticing that it's a cherry like smelling marker that was colored in. So that's how we finished the day.
So we're on second 90 of the freezer being open. So let me see what's going on here.
Is it beeping already? It's already beeping.
All right, Rob. Well,
hey,
let's kick things off today with I got a question for you. It's more of a statement. I'm a little hurt. Okay?
Is it like the red coloring pencil we just talked about hurt? Or?
Yeah. Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
I gave the people like this beautiful ASMR of me chewing my salad, and then I just now realized it didn't make the cut. It didn't make the edit.
I'm gonna have, you know what? If you stay to the end of this episode, we'll put it in there, a little 3 to 5 seconds, just as an outro. Just it'll zoom into Travis chewing salad because I still have the original edit. So
yeah, please do. I would appreciate that. I worked really hard on that. So.
I know. And you know what? Our future Patreon followers, because it's a little low right now. The uncut version of all of our episodes go in there, so I know it's in there.
Oh yeah. So maybe I mean the Patreon.
See, this is where if I was prepared, I'd put the link like right here. Maybe we can do that in post.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/dads in real life. There you go.
Boom. And you know what I realized now that we have these cool squares, we can give each other a high five.
Is it? Okay. The other hand. Are you reversed?
I'm reversed. You're right next to me. You're right here. Okay. Our listeners are falling asleep. All right.
It's okay. Most of our listeners are sleeping. So
yeah. So anyhow,
shout out to New Zealand, right?
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
New Zealand.
That was a plug.
So welcome, good night, and good morning to whoever's listening to wherever you are.
Exactly.
Today, I think we're gonna do a little lightning round on this recording. Okay.
Okay.
A little lightning round.
It's a popular trend going around. Like
it's just gonna be, a light and easy listening. Like somebody,
I do like a little classic rock here.
somebody's
Oh,
hopping in on right now, and they're like, "Man, I could just use like a little bit of this," and
a little bit.
yeah,
Gotcha.
we're gonna give you a lot of a little right now.
A
Okay,
lot of that's
get
just
ready,
how we do it.
get
We
ready
just
for a lot of
slather
a
it on.
little. Okay, so
Okay.
um. Today's first segment is a recurring segment called "What Does That Word Mean?" and it is adaptogens. And I
Oh
figured
my
Rob
goodness.
might be able to tell me because I'm drinking my like gut healthy juice the other day.
Man,
It's like
you know what?
has probiotics and prebiotics and adaptogens, and I'm like, is that adapting my gens or is it what is it?
How many gens are you gonna adapt?
Yeah.
Um, so adaptogens, well, I was first introduced to it not as adaptogens, but as like naturopathic supplements, right?
Mm,
So from my understanding, and again, I'm not very versed in adaptogens, but
okay.
I believe they help kind of the immune system. So if you're feeling kind of run down, kind of stressed out, they can kind of help. Kind of like any other supplement, right? It's whenever you're run down on something, it kind of fills in the blank. So think like natural herbs, elixirs, stuff like that. So if they're adding adaptogens, it's like them saying they're adding B12 as well, something to help with energy because your energy is low. So if you're feeling stressed out, feeling low, then we take some adaptogens. And it's in a lot of like drinks, like supplement drinks that are out there right now.
Yeah, is it in a lot of the ones that have like mushroom stuff in them
Yeah,
too?
like Lion's Mane, right? There was this
Reishi,
coffee company, there's
Reishi,
this coffee company came out a
yeah,
couple years ago that was really big in kind of taking you off the coffee caffeine fix and
yeah.
switching it out with mushrooms.
Which
And it does
company did you
help.
say?
Say again?
Which company did you say?
I totally forgot. I don't
Oh,
know, but I
there's the
know there's
Lair Superfoods one. I know
yeah,
that.
Laird has got one. There's one out of Venice too. It's kind of like one of the original guys that did it. Man,
Yeah,
I forgot. We used to back in the CrossFit days, we used to take them. But then people couldn't get over the kind of muddy water mushroom taste. If you're a fan of mushrooms, I love mushrooms. It's totally fine. But if you're not and you're drinking a cup of ground mushrooms, it kind
it's
of hits a
a
little strong.
little heavy.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
little heavy. Yeah. But yeah, you're gonna get that in coffee tinctures, protein powders, drinks right now. You can get it at pill form, right? And
Wait,
I
is it
think
the guy
there's
are you talking about the guy Darren O'Lean or O Darren O
I don't know.
something?
You know what? We
Yeah,
have the internet right here.
yeah,
So let's
bring up
look
the
up
internet. I'm just curious.
um
I like some of his
mushroom.
intentionality of being like off of the internet and off the grid and being a little more connected, like getting your
Yes.
feet grounded in the grass.
Let's see. Mushroom Coffee Company. I think they're out of Venice. Four Sigmatic.
Oh,
That's the
never
name
heard
of
of
it.
it.
Okay, so they do little packets, single packets. They're one of
Yeah,
the early guys in it, so to speak.
gotcha.
So Mud Water is another brand. I like how we're
Yeah,
plugging brands, but we're not sponsored by any brands. But
yeah,
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 I've tried a lot of them, and anecdotally, I can't tell you if it helped or not. I can't
yeah, yeah,
because at that time in my life, it was like 14-hour days. I had babies at home, not sleeping throughout the night. So I don't think any amount of adaptogens could have helped my stress.
Hey, you know
Um,
what? You passed the test though because it was like I got this. It was this dragon fruit juice from like with ginger from
mm,
Costco, and it was on sale, and
nice.
it was like a gut health slash immunity boost thing.
Okay.
So that would track with the adaptogens thing.
There you
So
go. A little
long
prebiotic.
story short, it doesn't matter. It's just a fancy word to put on a bottle, and maybe it does something, maybe it doesn't.
And sometimes I feel like it's the justification for marking it up by $2.
Hey, yeah, what people will do whatever they need to do to make that money, you know?
Hey, I just remember back in the day, one of my mentors said there's something called the placebo effect,
Yep,
right? But it's still an effect. So if you're feeling good, right, more energy, feeling settled, de-stressed, then you could put whatever in that black box. And
yep,
the fact that I'm coming out relaxed, that works.
yep, yep. Um, the another drink that I really enjoy, it said it had prebiotics on it, and I was
Mm,
like, "Oh, I've heard of probiotics," and then you see postbiotics, or that was the other thing, it said postbiotics, and one of my, friends, who is a nutritionist was like, "What are you talking about? That doesn't exist," and I was like, I mean, it just said it on the bottle. I don't know.
That's it. I'm just reading off the label here.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I showed it as proof that I'm not crazy, and, basically it's all the same stuff, it's
Yeah.
antibiotics.
Yeah.
So
And then I think for me, like one of the things back in the day, especially when I was really deep into nutrition and supplementation, and I'd get a lot of people asking questions. And kind of the rule of thumb that really helped out because I was always directing people, I still am kind of directing people to whole foods first and then supplement later, kind of thing, is if you don't understand the words that you're reading on the back of the label, or if you can't pronounce them, then probably not the best choice for you, right? Whereas like you can understand chicken and tomato, right? So let's start with that first and then go from there. So yeah, although adaptogens we can both say and we both understand what it is, there's a lot of, I think, fluff when it comes to marketing and sales because a lot of us purchase based on looks, right? Like, oh, that's cool label. It's got
that's
a
true.
mushroom on the side.
So true.
And so I think a lot of businesses lean into that. Whereas, like, if you think long term health, I think that's a good marker. Like, hey, if I can read the labels and if there's less than like 5 or 6 things, right, on one hand, so to speak, then should be okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Hey, the the nugget of the day. Read the label, and if you can tell what it is, you're good. If you
You're good.
don't, if it says "I'd" or something else that's
Yeah.
like something, don't. It's not as good.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Or
that
if it
rolls
says
us
like
into our next.
proprietary blend, right? That's another word.
Yes,
Proprietary
yes.
blend. Yes.
That rolls us into our next topic, which is um why do people still drink? I literally, I'm telling you, this is on Shower Thoughts with Travis. This is on my notes right here. Why do people still drink soda when we have so many options these days? And again, hey, I'm gonna go back. I can already answer my own question a little bit. There's the nostalgia. There's
Yep.
there's the routine, the rhythm, the
Mm-hmm.
brings back the feels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, but these days, man, there are so many like soda, like
Oh,
carbonated
there's options. There's
beverage.
flooded. Yes.
The market is full. It is
Yes.
completely full. And there are so many things out there that have, well, I mean, I guess it's not sugar free, isn't necessarily meaning that it's healthy or good for you. But
Yeah, and sometimes sugar free is actually sugar substitute. And
yep.
if we go into like the granular, like there's a certain amount of like per serving sugar that they can consider sugar free. So if it's under a certain amount, it can be
Mm,
called sugar free, but it's still sugar. And there's a bajillion different words or variations of sugar that they can add to it. That can be called a sugar supplement. So it's still sugar free, but it's not, right? The response is the same. So
yeah. Yeah. So, there's a guy I kept thinking I would like plug him. I want him to be on our podcast. He's a dad,
ooh,
so it
nice.
counts.
It
Um,
counts. I like how that's the filter. He's a dad. It counts. Let's bring
yeah,
him on.
yeah. So, his page is Cheat Day Design. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No, but I'm gonna
But
look him up afterwards.
Matt Rosenman. He rebrands unhealthy foods to make them look like health foods.
Gotcha.
Um, and so it's just fantastic to watch what he can do and what he, how brands work. You feel
Mhm.
like it's taking the scales off your eyes. You're like, I know what you're doing to me. Um,
Exactly.
so he could bring in a lot of knowledge on a lot of things. So one day, when we're super famous, he'll get the tag, and then
We're
he
just
will.
so famous. We don't need to be super
Yeah,
famous.
yeah,
We
yeah,
can
yeah,
be
yeah,
so
just a little bit. I
just
mean, I'm gonna
within
I'm
our
gonna
zip.
shout I'm gonna DM him someday. I'm gonna be
There
like,
you go.
"Matt,
Hey,
wanna
we
wanna
talked
hang
about
out with
you,
the
Matt.
dads? You wanna hang out with the dads?"
Yeah, let's talk about some branding, right? So
So, yeah, because, these days, you look at the sugar content of, say, Mountain Dew, and
mhm.
it's like 56 grams of sugar in a can of Mountain Dew. And,
Yep.
yo, have you looked at how much sugar 56 grams is in a cup? Like, oh,
It's a lot, and that's what I used to have people do, like, literally get a scale and pour it into a cup, see how much sugar that actually is.
yeah,
But,
yeah.
yeah, like, to your point, like, why do we still do it? I know I mean, I don't drink soda, probably once a year, maybe at a party I might if there's the option between that or alcohol. But that being said, I think there's a nostalgia, but a connection, right? So growing up, like like I grew up in a household where you didn't say the word Pepsi. Like you didn't say that word, right? That was like blasphemy, right? It was Coke or nothing. And we're talking by like the 12 pack. And this is like in the 80s. So the 12 pack is today's 32 pack, right?
Yeah.
And so our household, like that was the only soda that was in the house, right? And my dad drank it like it was going out of style, right? And
Yeah.
so for me, growing up as a young buck and eventually elementary school, if I had the option, like school cafeteria, and you're kind of picking which one you want, it was always going to be Coca-Cola. And it got to a point where it's like, wait a minute, blind taste test. This is not Coke. This is Pepsi, right? So you could taste the difference. It was one of those things.
Yeah.
So growing up, besides like before I got into like the whole health and nutrition side of it, for me, it was 100% nostalgia. It was connecting to my dad, right? Whereas as I got older and you're like, wow, there is so many different sodas out there. Let's try them all, right?
Oh, hey, sorry. I'm so sorry. I gotta pause this. This is my
Do
truck
it.
in the shop.
Do it.
Uno momento. Hello, this is Travis. Hey, how's it going? Okay, yeah, yeah. And so I'm kind of tempted. I wonder, I mean, I'm wondering, do I go back to like have them fix something? If it's already been over a year, I mean, they could just be like, get out of here.
Yeah, most shops are only a 1 year warranty. So to do pads and rotors in the front and to clean and adjust the rear brake shoes, it would be $585 for all of those parts. Tax, labor, and everything. With the window regulator, you'd be looking at $952.23 out the door.
Yeah. Now, if we added the power steering pump on there, then we're looking at.
With the power steering pump, it brings it to $1825.11.
Okay. 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 So I need to let me.
Talk to the wife.
Yeah. Let me call my wife, and then I'll get right back to you. Let me tell you,
This should be the segment for the day. It's just
this is
these phone calls.
dads in real life to the max.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I got my brakes redone. Well, this isn't even why I brought it in. So
I was
the
gonna say
window.
you need to get your brakes redone.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is infuriating because
Oh my
so Deb drove the car yesterday and rolled down the window, and then it wouldn't roll up again.
Ooh.
So I was like, dang, I got to take it in. And you know what? This is a perfect time to let them know about this like whining noise that the truck's been making for a long time. I thought it was bearing and like the fan belt or something.
Yeah, maybe something's coming loose.
Yeah, and because I thought a mechanic had told me that like years ago, and he said it was just going to get worse. Well, it did get worse. It's really loud, but they said, "Oh, it's not your fan. Like it's not that. It's your power steering pump." And
Ooh, okay.
mechanic has a truck just like yours, same like almost the same exact year, Tundra, and so that happens. And so you gotta swap it out, and then it won't be so loud. I mean, it's just a sign that it's going out. You don't know when it's gonna go out. It could last you another couple years, or it could last you another day. So that was enough as it was when I talked to her just earlier. So it's in the right now, and we're fixing the window. So they got that. They need a new motor and all that jazz. And I was like, hey, you know what? My wife just told me this. I forgot, but our brakes have been bad, and I've been wanting to get a second opinion. I got them from this shop, and then they were smoking when I got like back home again. And I was like, there's like heat radiating out of these things, and they're supposed to be new. And I'm like, maybe it's just the residue from the
maybe they're brand new. It's oil that's kind of burning off or something.
Yeah. And I called them back, and they said, no, let's check it out. So I brought it back in, and they said everything's fine. So then I tuck it back out, and then they start grinding, and they're just screaming the brakes. And so then I brought it back again and said, hey, they're like grinding. These are brand new. They shouldn't do this. And they're like, okay, we'll look at it. And they looked it over, and they said, no, everything looks fine. It's great.
Yeah.
So turns out I've been scammed by Folsom Motor Works. Oh, name drop.
Oh, he did it.
Just did it.
Just
so we're gonna see what happens. Dang it. Now I gotta really think about this. And I also have to pay a lot of money.
just a little change.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
so which
So,
which of our kids isn't going to college now? I just wanted to
yep.
make sure that we picked
Sorry,
one.
guys.
Yep.
Yeah. So, okay, since they're waiting on me, I do have to
Do
call.
do the phone call. Do
Let
the
me
phone
do
call.
that.
I'll put you on mute so you can
Okay.
have a private
Yes.
conversation.
Yes, and then we'll give the play-by-play.
There you go. And I will continue reading. This is what I'm reading right now. Oversubscribed. There we go.
Okay.
And we're back.
Okay. So I can't get a hold of Deb. She's probably gonna call me in just a little bit.
Yeah.
But, okay. So, you know what? So, before I am, like, fully throwing these guys under the bus, I
Mhm.
have to do the math, and I am gonna have to find the paperwork because I have to remember exactly when it was that I got these breaks done. But the deal is they've never been working as well as they should be the whole time that we've
From
had
the
it
get-go. That's what it
from the
sounds like.
get-go, and it's like they've been squealing, like, for, like, a year after I got them. But the thing is, when I looked at my pictures, I remember it was when I was filling my garden beds up with gravel,
Mhm.
or around the garden beds, and, that's when that whole thing went down, and that was November 2023, so that was 2 years ago, or, less
Okay.
than 2 years ago. So, sure, if we were, like, riding the brakes, driving this thing
Yeah, if you're
constantly,
driving through the mountains and going off-roading and hitting
I
the brakes
mean, and
hard.
then you could say, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I think we average, like, 10,000 miles a year, so you could say it has 20,000 miles on the pads, but at the most, but
Yeah, but it's been under 2 years, so that's the thing. It's like a year and 3 quarters almost. Um,
yeah.
so that's a lot
So,
of.
yeah, so, I mean, it's a commuter, right? And,
Mhm.
like, we're putting miles on it for sure, but that is not, how
Yeah,
it's not good.
that's not right. No.
So, anywho, I gotta sort that out now. I gotta figure out which thing to fix first. It's gonna be the brakes. I should just have them
Yeah.
take care of the brakes, and then I'm just gonna ride that power steering pump until
Just
later.
until your forearms get really thick like Popeye
Yeah,
because it
yeah.
finally goes
I mean,
out and you're just like,
the
"Mm."
cars didn't used to have power steering, so,
Exactly, and they were totally fine.
Dad's been looking for a reason to get, like, more
Hey,
exercise in.
that's the easy way to do it,
Now's the
right?
time.
Some
Yeah,
core
just drive
strength, some grip
slow,
strength.
make a lot of
Just drive
turns.
really slow, turn really slow. Wait until you
Yep,
hit a U-turn at a light. Oh my goodness.
so
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Good times. Look at that. Dads in real life. You
Oh
just had
my
the
goodness.
moment. You're
And you know what?
welcome,
I think
everyone.
but I think every dad can relate to what just happened, right? Be it a quote on plumbing for the house or a quote on your car, or maybe you planned a whole trip to Hawaii and then they realize that, oh, there's this upcharge that you didn't know about, right? And so I don't want to say it's common, but the longer you're a parent, the more it happens for some reason, right? And so now we got to put on our big dad pants and make some decisions. So like you said,
Yeah.
it's kind of like that triage effect. Okay, brakes, kind of important. Maybe we should get that done first, right? So, yeah, there's so many times where we've had to obviously I'd love to fix everything at once, but we didn't budget for a lot of this stuff. So like what's the most important thing, or a lot of times it's like what's the lowest hanging fruit, right? So I remember years ago, tangent wise, debt, right? Credit card debt. So we had like 2 cards, 3 cards. It's like, man, we're like, it's a drop in the well when we do pay it, but we need to pay one of these off. And so you start doing that snowball thing. Okay, so the triage, like, do we pay the lowest one off? Do we do a big chunk of the bigger guy? So dads, we get put in these situations all the time and we try to make the best decision. I think the brakes, first off, the brakes is definitely the the right decision to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Look at this. We're doing this live. I know that's also what Deb's gonna want. Is she's the one that's driving it a lot more right now because she's
Yeah.
using it for work. The real question is just like, do we do this power steering pump? And one more the other, that's coming later today. So I'm gonna
Mm,
tell them to get going on the brakes. Well,
yeah.
no, but see, the only thing was, it's like, do I go back to the shop and be like, "Yo, you screwed me over," and like, "Hey,
I
you're
think
gonna
if you
get
can
you
find the
out."
receipt, right? And there
I
is
have the
that
paperwork somewhere.
yeah, and there is that, like the lady said, right? There's a 1-year warranty, so that's the kicker. If it's within that warranty or not. If
And
it's
that's
within, oh
definitely
yeah, we're driving back. Like
it's
we're gonna
definitely
get the
past
car.
it's definitely past the year. It's like, do I just lick my wounds and be done with it? Or do I,
Mm.
or do I like ask them like, "Hey, how are you gonna make it right?"
That's a good question. I think every dad's gonna have a different answer. I think both ways there's a cost, right? There's a cost of time and effort versus a financial cost, right? So do you just eat the cost and get it done now, or how many trips down to the auto center are you gonna have to do? How many upper managements you have to talk to? So I think
Yep,
everyone's tolerance is different, right?
yep.
So for some, like, oh no, we're making the trek down to the shop. We're gonna talk. For
You're gonna
others,
get
like,
live. You
yeah,
answered my question for me, Rob, and this is why it's
there you
important to be surrounded by the people
go.
that you know are gonna give you the guidance.
Exactly.
And that was Deb. Ooh, real time, from the wife, just to make it happen. Hey, you're on speakerphone. You're on the podcast.
Okay.
So welcome to Dads in Real Life.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
Oh, this is this is the worst. What is happening with my house? guys, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna call her back. Let's try
Do it.
this again. This is also just all of a sudden, I think it's because I have an iPhone 14 or something, and they're like, you need to be on a 17 now.
I think that's what's happening to our phones too.
It just started going bad, and it's like because the 17 is out, right?
Mhm.
Hello?
Mhm.
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to Dads in Real Life. Hi, caller.
I
Yeah,
call
we're doing this
the
live
reverse caller. We called you.
for the people. We might need to edit some of it just so they're not stuck in
Oh,
limbo forever. But can
we're
you hear
definitely
her
editing.
okay?
Yeah, I
Say
got
hello.
her.
Say hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Deb. There it is. It's
There
clear.
she is. Okay, so yeah, so guess what? The front brakes are down to basically nothing.
Nothing.
And
Like we thought.
like we thought, and so they were like, there's no way that these are new. Or like that they were done. Like I looked at my pictures and it was 2 years ago, I guess, when we had one of the brakes done. I don't remember if it was the rear or the fronts, but anywho, I already called out the
for the truck servicing, so we'll
yeah.
take a look at that. I feel like we should probably
Um,
challenge the previous shop that
Yeah, we were talking about that, but then also I just am having them do the brakes now. So we're not doing the power steering pump. We're gonna let that be, and we're gonna do the brakes, so that you have real brakes, and we'll go from there. Call failed. I think I need to move. Okay, you guys get the gist. All right, you
Yeah,
guys
we
get the
got the
gist.
gist. We got it.
Okay,
We
hold
got
on.
it.
Let me just
We got it.
walk
Go
across
make
the
the
room
call.
and
Go
finish
make the
this.
call. Just go do the call.
What did I miss?
What did I miss? Travis, you're gonna have to rewatch the episode. No, but
Oh,
so no, I'll say it right now because then I can cut that other part out. But I wanted to applaud you. So one of the things I struggled on early on in being a parent, I would just say adulting in general, is even though decisions like this might be minor, there's a lot of these decisions we have to make day to day. And I would get almost catatonic in making these decisions because I didn't want to make the wrong decision. So I'd always reach out to Mo, like, hey, and it got to a point where she's like, just make a decision, dude. Like, it's fine. And it wasn't until I matured in the fact that I knew that, hey, as long as I'm doing my best and as long as I'm making the decision from the space that we agree on, like safety in this instance, right? We both agree safety is a priority. So making that decision comes easier. And I was just telling the dads out there, like, hey, if you were like me at a certain point in time, maybe you're in a season where you feel overwhelmed in making these simple decisions, but you know they make an impact. As long as you come from a space of like, hey, I'm trying my best. I made the best decision with what I had in front of me. It won't be the wrong decision, right? And so that's what I was sharing while you were off making your phone call.
yeah. Hey, I'm still on sound, right? It bumped my audio.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you know what? That is a work in progress over here. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Same here.
I actually wrote down that as another topic, and we don't have the time to talk about it all today, right?
No, not
But
today. Yeah.
it's funny that you touched on that because that was a thought that I had when I was talking. I wanted to eventually we'll do this maybe for the next episode is let's talk about mental load, right?
Yes.
Because you and I actually had some great conversations about this like a year and a half ago or so. When we were talking about, structuring the day, the rhythms, creating the habits that I want to make, happen. And the question is like, what's stopping me from doing the things that I want to do? And like, why am I not doing them? And I realized I'm definitely someone, I had not heard this framed this way until just recently. I was reading a book that somebody recommended to me, and I've always thought of myself as like, hey, I am here's like deep thoughts with Travis here.
Here you go.
But like I've always considered myself like, oh, I'm flexible. I'm easygoing, I'm good at going with the flow. So those are good things, but there's always like what we say, like a shadow side to that, right? So for me, I never heard it defined this way, but I was reading and they were like, you have fathers or guys that are way over here on the spectrum of like disciplinarian, like hardcore, like way too far, like borderline, like abusive on their like my way or the highway.
I was just gonna say that. Yep.
And then you have passivity on this side.
Yes.
And I was like, passivity, whoa. And so they started talking about like the different sides. And I'm like, wow, you know what? Like I think I would agree with that. Like if I'm trying to improve myself, I think my diagnosis based off the data of myself, of where I'm at, I can tend to lean towards passivity a lot of times. And, we find that, that's where, I'll often clash with Deb, and she's just like you were mentioning, like, just, make the decision, like, just do what we got to do. Like, like take care of that thing. Like we don't, and I'm like, yeah, I want to exercise that more. Right. Because it's easy for me to go, oh, I'm not going to be that guy on the other side. And actually, like, I'd much rather be the other side, but it's not. Like, we want to find that balance.
Yes.
What I tend to do is I get, when I get that decision fatigue, or I get that like just mental load of all the things on the checklist to do, I procrastinate. Yeah. I just go la 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 la, fingers in the ears, and maybe I'll do it at the last minute. And that's where stress comes, and I'm working off I'm on my ankles, I'm not on my toes, I'm not proactively doing anything, I'm reactively doing everything. And so I guess we'll get deeper into that later, but
that's next week. Yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Due to practice with that lately, I'm finding that it's like, okay, what's the next thing? Let's clear those things that can be cleared, because it's obvious, these are easy ones, right?
Yep. Low hanging fruit. Let's get those out of the way.
Yeah. It's not easy to drop $1,000, but it's easy to decide that that's it, because like you said, safety,
that's the
so
right
on
decision.
And so forth.
Exactly.
We know, there's other things to worry about too.
Yeah.
So, So, wow, didn't expect that to be the podcast for the day.
That's the episode.
But, I wanted to do a hot take, and I have plenty of other small things. And this has nothing to do with anything else we've talked about, but for the sake of finishing it off with more lightning rounds and less business.
Gotcha.
Here's the hot take for the day. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Hot take. Well, actually, how do I want to phrase this? Hold on. I got my notes. Where is it? Oh, yeah. My hot take. Guys, don't pee standing up in your own house. That is my hot take. Okay. I know people are going to fight me about this, and it's so funny, but I realize, like, I guess apparently I'm in a minority, but like,
Gotcha.
I chalk it up to, it's how I was raised, but I firmly am a believer in this. Like, why are we peeing standing up in the house? I get
unless you have a urinal at home, right?
Yeah.
I can understand. If you have a urinal at home, go for it.
Like, it's splashing, right? Like, there's particles coming out all over the place, and it's your bathroom in your house. Like, why always clean it? I mean, you were going to clean it anyways, right? Oh, I get that. But you're just asking for trouble when you end up having kids. Like, why are you even trying to teach that in that space? Because you're just asking for trouble. It's unnecessary mental load to have your kids being standing up in the
Standing
house.
up. Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to worry about it, Rob, because
I
it's
was gonna
just
say,
you.
no comments there. I think for dads, like unless you guys are the ones, because we all have chores, right? We all have checklists. If you're the one cleaning the bathroom every single week, by all means, do what you want. If you've got a faction of boys at home and you're not cleaning the bathrooms, there's definitely an argument to be said there. There's definitely an argument.
Yeah, I mean, I just find it so funny. Like, everybody's like, yo, of course you pee standing up, and I'm like, yeah,
Have you been to an all guys dorm? Have you been to the bathroom in an all guys dorm? Like that image should be seared in you. We all remember back in school. That's what you're bringing home. But now you're responsible for that, right? So
yeah. And so, and if I'm going to anybody else's house, like I'm gonna that's a respect thing, like I'm not gonna like dirty your space.
exactly, right? With spackle all over the place. Come on.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Rob, we're too much alike. We need to bring on
I might
the
put this
naysayers.
hot take in the beginning. I think this should go before we get to the Dads in Real Life's Auto Center edition.
You can toss it up front,
Okay, I think I will.
Right. You just, start it with this. Start it with this little bit right here. Ready?
I think we should talk. Hot take. I think we should start with hot take.
Hot take. Don't pee standing up in someone's house.
Yeah.
But
if you pee outside of their house, you can do what you want. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, and I got plenty of pee corners and spots outside. I mean, if we're outside, that's a completely different thing. If I have
open season.
If the gentlemen are coming into the backyard, I'm going, my guys, you got that spot, you got that spot, you got that spot. You can pee to your heart's content.
We need to water the plants. So however you guys can help would be much.
No, we need to keep the critters away. See, we mark our territory.
There you go.
That's the thing out here up in NorCal. We got the critters, and then they go. They know. Oh man,
you are closer to the mountains. That is true.
Yeah. So you're not getting stalked by coyotes on your morning walks. So
that'd be nice. Happened a couple times down here, but that'd be nice.
Yeah,
that's another episode.
So, without further ado, is what you say at the beginning. So
I was gonna say that's a beginning thing, but we'll close shop
after all the ado. We are not final ado.
No, we're not gurus.
We're just two dads
in real life.
Can
ASMR the salad edition?
Yep, that's the intro right here. There's me shoving food down my gullet.